Hey, it's Sam, and I'm making this quick video of the 5 important shifts in July 2022 in under 7 minutes. So you can see I have the 5 listed here. July 2nd, Mercury enters Gemini. July 12th, Saturn enters Capricorn. July 16th, Sun and Mercury enter Cancer. And from July 16th until early August, we have a very close Mars-Rahu conjunction in Aries when Mars enters Bharani Nakshatra, the same one as Rahu. And then July 28th, we have Jupiter turning retrograde in Pisces. So we're starting off the month with Mars in Aries. For most of the month, Jupiter is in Pisces for the entire month. And Saturn, as it says, will be going back into Capricorn. These are the big transits. And also K2, the South Node, is in Libra. So before I jump into these more specifically, I just want to tell you also about a few things. Please like and subscribe to the channel. You can get updates like this all the time. Just subscribe and then click the button, the bell, and leave a comment. Also on other video platforms as well. In addition, you can get these great class special that I have, less than $10. You get about 10 hours, more than 10 hours of classes on yoga and Vedic astrology, the structures of Indian thinking. That includes yoga, Ayurveda, Vedic astrology, also quantum Vedic astrology, where I talk about things like neuroscience and the brain, quantum physics, and how they're related to astrology, and also the spiritual astrology masterclass, where I talk about nakshatras and other deities in Indian thinking. Again, these are some screenshots from the class. You can go to VedicAstrologyEssentials.com to get that. So let's jump into July 2022. The first thing, as it says, July 2nd, Mercury enters Gemini. Now, Mercury is the ruler of Gemini. He's been in Taurus for the last couple months, and sort of off and on. Mercury goes into Gemini. It's really going to deliver a lot of discrimination, fact-finding, curiosity. Mercury is the ruler of Gemini, as said, and that means that it's a great time to really get your story straight and to think with discrimination and intelligence about things rather than just being triggered by what you already believe and all those things that we tend to do, not in a very intelligent way. We don't use our intelligence very often. We're mainly emotional creatures. And then based on how we already feel, we go looking for confirmation bias. By the way, that's some of the things that I talk about in this class here on neuroscience and the three brains. One of the big things I talk about is confirmation bias, and how the Vedic astrology chart shows that. So Mercury going into Gemini is a time to actually use your brain. Hello. And think critically. Very important. We also have Saturn is moving back into Capricorn. Saturn first entered Capricorn in early 2020, right as we were having COVID. And then he poked his head into Aquarius. Now he's gone retrograde back into Capricorn. So again, this is going to be a good time to return to those things that you're really committed to. And that Capricorn sign, whichever sign that rules for you, is going to be very important, and lit up by the energy of Saturn again. And again, Saturn in Capricorn gives us the capacity to concentrate. That means to meditate. As stressful and crazy as the world might be, you always have the power of the moment, the power of silence, the power of stillness, the power of clarity. But you have to be able to sit and endure your discomfort with those things. You have a fear of being alone, so you cling to other people. Saturn in Capricorn will give you that power and that capacity to sit in solitude and stillness. Then in the middle of the month, July 16th, big shifts happen. The Sun and Mercury both enter Cancer. So there will be a big shift in the middle of the month toward the sign of Cancer. Sun and Mercury enter July 16th. So instead of the discrimination that happens, as you see, it's only 2 weeks that Mercury is in Gemini. He's moving very fast. So those 2 weeks from July 2nd to July 16th, use your mind, use your discrimination, because then he's going to go into Cancer, where we're more emotional, more emotional thinking, emotional kind of communication. Be careful of that. But it's also about bringing all the details and your speech and whatnot into the heart and into your sort of intuitive body. That's going to be the big shift as the Sun and Mercury both enter Gemini in the middle of July. You will start to feel more of a shift away from the intelligence gathering, the sort of questioning of the earlier part of July, and it will shift into a more need to anchor that information and that curiosity in the heart. But additionally, we see on July 16th, from July 16th until early August, Mars will be very close to Rahu in Aries. And this is a potentially explosive time for sure. All the explosive potentials in the world right now, as we get around the middle end of July and into early August, these things get amplified. But besides that, Mars in Aries is very good for discipline, strength, taking on challenges like your health challenges, the other things that make you weak in your life. Mars in Aries is very courageous, fired up, and ready to meet those challenges. But of course, that always has some difficult external implications in the world with culture and the potential for war and explosiveness and contentiousness. So expect some of that also. But in your life, discipline, strength, and power is very good. July 28th, Jupiter turns retrograde in the sign of Pisces. Jupiter's in Pisces. When he's retrograde, he's very close to the sky. I'm sorry, very close to the Earth. So when you look up in the sky at the end of July and throughout the summer, the rest of the summer, Jupiter will get brighter and brighter. Very beautiful in the sky up there. So make sure to check that out. But besides that, Jupiter, when he's retrograde, really allows us to reflect on what inspires us and find the teachings that are pure and truthful to our heart. So that will be a great blessing as well as Jupiter turns retrograde. But you might be confused about what inspires you. It's a great time to really reflect and study astrology with these updates that I'm also giving out here. Vedic Astrology Essentials.com is good for that. So go ahead and check that out as well.